Gangaji, there is one word that has been arising for me, and it's yes.
Very good word. Very good word. So much in that word. Yes.
Yes.
Ah, good.
Yes.
Good. Very good. Excellent. Excellent. Yes is a kind of throwing open the door. It's giving up. Well, I don't know. Well, let's see. Well, let's check it out. Well, I don't know. Well, maybe yes, but I remember. But you said, well, I'm feeling this. Well, he said, well, I had this, and my teacher. Yes. Very good. Very good. End of discussion when yes comes, right? Yes. What a relief. What an opening. Yeah, you see if you can find an end to this yes. You fall into this yes with your consciousness. Yes, the mind does not know what to do with yes. It only knows how to function with no, or maybe, or well but, or yes but. But yes. Yes. You see, you can feel it immediately. Unless you're saying no. No. So for one moment, you just stop saying no for a moment. You can pick it up again. You know it very well. You know where you keep it. You know your whole line of justifications for it. Just for one moment. Have courage. One moment in your life, have the courage to say yes with not knowing what you will be given for that. I like that. I'm happy with this report. Very happy. This is a refuge. So I'm very happy to see this lifetime of a searcher, of a meditator, of a worker hard to get it. Just saying, okay, yes. Just willing to toss the investment and effort away. Write it off as a bad debt. And for one instant, to just be yes. Okay.
Blessings, Gangaji.
Thank you.
It's so lovely to be here with you.
Thank you.
Here in satsang, which I've been to so few times, my heart melts and I can relax and surrender. And out in the world, I seem driven to have plans and goals and try to be astute and to compete and to take care of my children and to do what my wife says she wants me to do.
It's familiar?
And I want so much to give up that and surrender. And yet the world seems to demand one to be astute and to become successful and to have the right plan to take care of those things.
What do you care what the world demands? The world demands a lot of things, It demands you be eternally 25, peak physical condition. Does that demand have anything to do with reality?
I am under the impression or the illusion that I must do these things in order to take care of my children. And I think that, for myself,
what do you want for your children? Finally, what is the most precious gift any parent can give to any child?
I think what I'm asking you is that I have a hard time I will answer that question. I certainly want my children to have what I can feel right now being here and to surrender to this wonderful world and life.
Well, how beautiful that you can say that with such conviction.
And
That's not what the world wants. We are in agreement with that. The world wants to know that your children will do what it thinks is right. Stay in line, not rock the boat, according to whatever cultural, social code your children happen to be associated with.
I suppose my problem is really a matter of trust. If I let go and stop manipulating, we'll all be taken care of.
Not like you think. Not like you hope. But in truth, yes, as all is taken care of. You know, I believe it's even closer than a question of trust. When you sit here in satsang for this brief period, you're a nobody, right? You're nobody. And then when you put your shoes on and go out into the world, you begin to become somebody again. And that somebody has a trail of definitions. And with those definitions like parent or responsible householder or whatever it may be, seeker, all these definitions, and this is a weight, so that you're trailing this weight of somebodyness, which is of course reflected in what the world, as somebody other than this somebody, wants from you. But if you really tell the truth, whatever the world says, what is the world crying for, yearning for, dying for? Isn't it the same as what you said you want for your children? Yes. The world as I've seen it is crying for this. And just upside down is trying to find it in definitions and in somebody. Or somebody else. Or somebody more. You know, in our country we have this presidential election every 4 years with the hope that this somebody will do it for us. And after about the first year of the new president, well, who's the next somebody who can do it? But in this moment in satsang, with no definition, with being nothing, being nobody, as you say, the heart melts open. And this is what you want for your children. And really it is what you want for your world. It's peace. It's acceptance. It's truth. So, as it is peace and acceptance and truth and free, you cannot buy it and you cannot make a deal for it. You have made plenty of deals. You have sold your soul over and over and over for some idea of what you think the world wants or what you think the world needs. But in this moment, in satsang, those ideas melt. And you simply are. Of course, the challenge is when this formal satsang is finished and you put on those shoes of the past, that you not succumb to the temptation, to the seduction, to be somebody. That you are simply willing to be who you are, which is endless, full, overflowing emptiness. No body at all. It is possible for you, regardless of those people who depend on you. It is possible for you to be true to who you are. Compassionately, ruthlessly true to who you are. True to the open heart. It is possible for you to cut these definitions that weight you down unnecessarily, as you said, these illusions. I'm here to tell you it's possible. Not only is it possible, it's easy. I know that that's heresy in most religions, that it's easy, but it's the truth. What is difficult is carrying these definitions around. As you sit here in satsang, you know this is easy. In truth, this is easy. What makes it appear difficult is because you imagine, or you try, to bring along your definitions into this ease of being. But ease of being is too subtle for definitions. However you are defining yourself, from worthless to superior head of the universe, that is difficult. That is weighty. That takes practice. It takes maintenance. It takes attending to. It takes checking. It takes proving against the world. But to be nothing, to be nobody, nothing is required. Approval, disapproval, just passes through, nothing. Hate, adoration, passes through. I'm so happy to hear you say that what you want for your children is this. This is very good. Not many people can say that in truth. Most people want for their children some idea of security, protection. But when you want the open heart, there is no protection. There is no security. There is no guarantees there are no guarantees that your children will get in the right school, that there will be money to maintain a wonderful house. There are no guarantees. There's nothing wrong with a great school, certainly nothing wrong with a beautiful house. But you have made the deal over and over to be somebody, to maintain something. When you are willing to be nothing, there is nothing to be maintained. It's not in conflict with a job. It's not in conflict with good education. But it is also not in need of that. So it is obviously an unusual surrender to this challenge. But you are unusual. If you were not unusual, you would not be in this room. You can count the numbers of people in this room, and you can count the numbers of people on Maui this day, and the numbers of activities on Maui, and you will see this is not the usual activity. You don't gain anything here. You lose everything. What bliss! What unexpected bliss! So at least for one moment, you have realized, or you do realize, that in losing everything, I recognize I need nothing to be free, to be who I am. So now what was your question? Or now, what is your question?
Yes.
Oh, that's question and answer. Yes, that's right. Yes, that is why we're here together, to encourage each other in that yes, to deepen the yes, and to recognize that whatever we imagine keeps us from fully living from that yes is simply illusion based on thought, definitions generated by parents or culture or teachers, hopes, fears, beliefs, some kind of idea of security. Very good. This encouragement is endless because satsang is endless. You discover it within you and you are never separate from it. There is no point where you cannot simply rest in satsang, where you cannot remember, where you cannot forget, all definitions. That's all that needs remembering and forgetting. You forget every definition. Who you are, what you have been, where you have been, what you have experienced, what you have realized, what it means, what you have gained, what you have lost. Forget it. There you are. Freedom. Isn't it so? I'm not crazy, am I? Well, you check it out. You see, before you decide I am crazy, you check it out for yourself.